Countdown to Mars, Trump's 2024 commitment to American flag mission gains endorsement from SpaceX's Elon Musk. Date, January 25, 2025. Events Summary. On January 20, 2025, in a grand display of ambition at his inauguration, President Donald Trump reaffirmed his commitment to sending American astronauts to Mars, expressing his determination to see the stars and stripes planted on the red planet. This bold vision aligns with Trump's broader goal of expanding America's presence in space, a mission he described as part of the nation's manifest destiny. Present at the event was Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX, who has been a long-standing advocate for Mars exploration and who enthusiastically endorsed Trump's plans. Timeline of key events. November 2024, Trump attends a SpaceX Starship test flight in Texas, indicating his growing interest in space exploration. October 9, 2024, at a campaign rally in Reading, Pennsylvania. Trump promises that Americans will reach Mars by the end of his second presidential term. January 20, 2025, during his inaugural address, Trump emphasizes the importance of Mars exploration and is met with enthusiasm from Musk and attendees. Commitment to Mars exploration. Trump's inaugural address emphasized a clear intention to prioritize space exploration, stating, "We will pursue our manifest destiny into the stars, launching American astronauts to plant the stars and stripes on the planet Mars." This statement was met with cheers from the audience, including Musk, who expressed his support with visible enthusiasm. Musk's SpaceX is currently developing the Starship rocket, which is intended to transport astronauts to Mars. The company aims to launch uncrewed missions as early as 2026, coinciding with favorable planetary alignment. However, the path to achieving crewed missions remains fraught with challenges, particularly following a recent explosive failure during a Starship test flight that raised questions about the vehicle's reliability. Challenges and technical setbacks. Despite Musk's optimism, the recent test flight of the Starship demonstrated significant technical challenges. The latest attempt, which took place on January 16, 2025, ended in an in-flight explosion, demonstrating the risks involved in developing new aerospace technology. Musk commented on the necessity of such failures for informing future successes, stating, "Success is uncertain but entertainment is guaranteed." NASA's timeline for crewed Mars missions is more cautious compared to Musk's aggressive predictions. While Musk suggested that crewed missions could occur by 2028, NASA has indicated that its focus on a return to the Moon via the Artemis program means crewed Mars missions could be pushed into the 2030s. Political context and scrutiny. The intersection of politics and space exploration has raised concerns regarding potential conflicts of interest, particularly with Musk's dual role as CEO of SpaceX and his recent appointment as the head of the Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE). Critics have pointed out the necessity for scrutiny regarding how government contracts might be influenced by Musk's positions. In contrast, NASA continues to develop its own plans for Mars exploration, which include utilizing a lunar gateway as a staging point for future missions to Mars. The Artemis program aims to return humans to the Moon by 2027, with Mars being a long-term goal. Public reception and future outlook. Musk's ambitions for Mars have captured the public imagination, with many expressing excitement about the prospect of American astronauts planting the flag on another planet. Musk emphasized the inspirational nature of such a mission, stating, "Can you imagine how awesome it will be to have American astronauts plant the flag on another planet for the first time? How inspiring would that be?" As the U.S. space program embarks on this unprecedented journey toward interplanetary exploration, the challenges ahead are substantial. The need for clear strategic planning from both SpaceX and NASA, as well as the resolution of technical hurdles related to the Starship, will be critical in determining the success of this ambitious mission. Conclusion. Trump's commitment to sending astronauts to Mars, backed by Musk's technological expertise, marks a significant moment in U.S. space exploration history. However, the path forward is uncertain, with technical setbacks and political complexities that must be navigated. As both Trump and Musk push for this bold vision, the world watches with a mix of skepticism and hope, eager to see if America can indeed make its mark on the red planet. Counterintuitive information identified in the content includes 1. Ambitious goals versus realistic timelines. While Trump and Musk project a highly ambitious timeline for sending astronauts to Mars, with Trump claiming it will happen before the end of his term in 2029, NASA's more conservative estimates suggest that crewed missions could realistically occur in the 2030s as part of a broader lunar exploration program. This disparity highlights a significant gap between political rhetoric and the actual scientific and logistical challenges involved in space exploration. 2. Failure as a necessity. Musk's optimistic perspective on the recent explosive failures of the Starship test flights contrasts with the general expectation that such failures would delay progress. Musk claims that these failures are essential for informing future successes, presenting a counterintuitive view that setbacks are not just obstacles but integral to the iterative process of technological advancement. 3. Conflicts of interest. The potential conflicts of interest arising from Musk's dual roles as CEO of SpaceX and a leader in a newly created government department DOGE suggest that the merging of private and public interests in the space sector may lead to unforeseen complications and ethical concerns. This situation is counterintuitive in that one would assume government oversight would be rigorous to prevent such conflicts, yet it appears that the current administration might allow this blending to occur without substantial scrutiny. For public perception of space exploration, the notion that sending astronauts to Mars could be seen as a manifestation of manifest destiny evokes a historical perspective that may not align with contemporary views on space exploration, which often emphasize international cooperation over nationalistic endeavors. This framing could potentially alienate segments of the population who see space exploration as a global rather than a purely national initiative. 5. Technological uncertainty amidst optimism. Despite Musk's assurance that SpaceX will launch uncrewed missions to Mars by 2026, the recent test flight failures indicate a high level of technological uncertainty that contradicts the confident projections. This juxtaposition of optimism and the reality of engineering challenges reflects a broader trend in the tech industry where ambitious timelines often overshadow the inherent risks and complexities of developing new technologies. 6. SpaceX's reusability claims. While SpaceX touts the reusability of its rockets as a means to reduce costs, the reality is that their Starship program has faced significant setbacks, including catastrophic failures during test flights. This raises questions about the actual viability of their cost-saving strategies and whether the timeline for Mars missions will be delayed as a result of these ongoing challenges. 7. Political and economic priorities. The focus on Mars exploration may divert attention and resources from existing NASA programs which are already struggling with budget overruns and delays. The emphasis on a potential Mars mission could be seen as politically motivated rather than a reflection of scientific readiness, suggesting a counterintuitive prioritization of ambitious goals over pragmatic considerations of current capabilities and public funding. These counterintuitive elements highlight the complexities and contradictions inherent in the intersection of politics, technology, and space exploration ambitions. In the context of the report regarding President Trump's commitment to Mars exploration and the endorsement from Elon Musk, several critical elements are often overlooked but are significant for understanding the broader implications of this endeavor. 1. Political and economic ramifications. One of the most significant aspects that many may overlook is the political and economic context surrounding the Mars mission. Trump's framing of space exploration as a continuation of manifest destiny suggests a nationalistic vision that could have implications for international relations in space. The competition for leadership in space exploration is not just a matter of scientific achievement but is also tied to geopolitical power dynamics. By prioritizing American astronauts on Mars, the Trump administration is positioning the U.S. as a leader in the next frontier, potentially leading to increased tensions with other spacefaring nations, particularly China and Russia, who are also pursuing their space exploration agendas. 2. NASA's role in future programs. The report highlights a lack of specificity regarding how this Mars initiative will impact NASA's existing programs, particularly the Artemis program aimed at lunar exploration. This is significant because it raises questions about funding and resource allocation within NASA. The potential shift in focus from lunar missions to Mars could delay critical lunar exploration goals, which are seen as stepping stones to Mars. The implications of this shift could hinder the development of the technologies and experience necessary for a successful Mars mission. Understanding this interplay is crucial for grasping the broader strategy of U.S. space exploration. 3. SpaceX's technical challenges. While the enthusiasm surrounding Musk's SpaceX and its ambitious timeline for Mars missions is palpable, the technical challenges faced by the Starship program are often downplayed. The report notes recent explosive failures during test flights, which underscore the high-risk nature of developing the technology necessary for interplanetary travel. These setbacks may cast doubt on Musk's assertive timelines, such as the proposed uncrewed missions in 2026 and crewed missions by 2028. The public and political rhetoric surrounding these missions might overlook the significant engineering hurdles that remain, which could lead to public disillusionment if deadlines are not met. 4. Conflicts of interest. The mention of Musk's dual role as the CEO of SpaceX and his involvement with the newly created Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE) raises ethical concerns that are not fully examined in public discourse. The potential for conflicts of interest in government contracts related to space exploration warrants scrutiny. Oversight mechanisms are critical to ensure that decisions regarding contracts and funding are made based on merit and feasibility rather than personal or corporate interests. This intersection of government and corporate power in the realm of space exploration is a significant issue that could shape future policies and public trust in space initiatives. 5. Public perception and inspiration. Musk's emphasis on the inspirational aspect of planting the American flag on Mars taps into a deep-seated narrative of American exceptionalism and exploration. However, the significance of this vision extends beyond mere symbolism. It reflects a broader cultural aspiration for future generations to engage in STEM science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields. The potential for such missions to inspire young minds and foster a renewed interest in science and technology is a crucial element that deserves more attention. The societal implications of such aspirations could influence educational policies and funding for the next generation of scientists and explorers. 6. Environmental considerations. The environmental implications of space travel and planetary colonization are often overlooked. The discussion surrounding Mars exploration rarely includes considerations of the environmental impact of launching rockets, the potential for space debris, and the ethical ramifications of colonizing another planet. As humanity looks to expand its reach into the cosmos, it is essential to consider the sustainability of such endeavors and their impact on our home planet. This is particularly relevant given the ongoing discussions about climate change and environmental stewardship on Earth. 7. Technological collaboration. The report hints at the collaborations and partnerships between private companies like SpaceX and government agencies like NASA, but it does not fully explore the significance of these relationships. The future of space exploration may depend on effective collaboration between the public and private sectors. Such synergies could drive innovation and reduce costs, but they also raise questions about intellectual property competition and the long-term sustainability of private space ventures. A nuanced understanding of these dynamics is essential for anticipating the future landscape of space exploration. Conclusion. The intersection of political vision, technological ambition, ethical considerations, and public sentiment in the context of Trump's commitment to Mars exploration and Musk's endorsement encapsulates a complex narrative that extends far beyond the goal of planting a flag on another planet. By examining the overlooked elements highlighted above, we gain a deeper understanding of the multifaceted implications of this ambitious endeavor. As the U.S. embarks on this journey into the cosmos, it is crucial to consider not only the technological challenges but also the societal, environmental, and ethical dimensions that will shape the future of space exploration. 1. Political ambition and space exploration, a new era. President Donald Trump's commitment to sending American astronauts to Mars as part of his inaugural address reflects a broader theme of utilizing space exploration as a platform for political ambition. Trump's framing of this mission as part of America's manifest destiny indicates an ideological alignment that positions space exploration not merely as a scientific endeavor but as a nationalistic pursuit. This rhetoric serves to galvanize support among constituents who view space exploration as a means of asserting American leadership on the global stage. The intertwining of political narrative with space exploration suggests that this initiative could also be utilized to unify support across party lines, as space exploration has historically been a bipartisan issue. However, the lack of specificity in Trump's plans raises questions about the feasibility and sincerity of such commitments. It invites scrutiny over whether these ambitious goals will translate into actionable policies and funding, especially in the context of existing programs like NASA's Artemis. 2. SpaceX's central role and technological challenges. Elon Musk's SpaceX stands at the forefront of this ambitious Mars exploration initiative, with its Starship rocket being the primary vehicle intended for transporting astronauts. Musk's vision of colonizing Mars dovetails with Trump's commitment, creating a synergistic relationship between private enterprise and government objectives. This partnership highlights the increasing reliance on private companies for space exploration, which may lead to innovations that traditional government space agencies like NASA may struggle to achieve due to bureaucratic constraints. However, the technological challenges highlighted by recent failures in Starship test flights underscore the inherent risks in this ambitious endeavor. The rapid unscheduled disassembly incidents not only threaten timelines but also raise valid concerns about safety and reliability. The optimism expressed by Musk about learning from failures must be balanced against the potential political fallout should these missions not come to fruition on the promised timelines. Thus, while the partnership between SpaceX and the government may drive progress, it is also mired in uncertainty regarding technological viability. 3. NASA's cautious approach versus private sector optimism. A crucial point of contention lies in the differing timelines and approaches between SpaceX and NASA regarding Mars missions. While Musk suggests that crewed missions could occur as early as 2028, NASA's more conservative estimates project human landings in the 2030s as part of its broader Artemis program. This divergence reflects not only different operational frameworks but also varying philosophies regarding risk management and project execution. NASA's cautious stance is influenced by its institutional history and the need for thorough testing and validation of technology before human missions, especially in light of past catastrophes in human spaceflight. This contrast raises questions about the role of regulatory oversight in missions involving private companies. As SpaceX pushes the boundaries of innovation, how will NASA ensure that safety standards are met while still fostering a competitive environment for private space enterprises? This dynamic could significantly shape the future of space exploration in the U.S. 4. Conflicts of interest and government oversight. The potential conflicts of interest arising from Musk's dual role as CEO of SpaceX and his new position within the Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE) raise serious ethical and operational concerns. The intertwining of governmental and private sector roles poses risks regarding transparency and accountability in how contracts are awarded and how public resources are utilized. Critics point out that this could lead to favoritism or misallocation of funds, compromising the integrity of the space exploration agenda. This issue highlights the need for rigorous oversight mechanisms to ensure that the objectives of public sector space exploration are not unduly influenced by private interests. As this partnership evolves, it will be crucial for stakeholders to establish clear guidelines and frameworks to maintain the separation between commercial interests and public accountability. The establishment of independent review bodies or audits may be necessary to safeguard the integrity of taxpayer-funded space initiatives, ensuring that the pursuit of Mars exploration remains aligned with broader national interests and ethical standards. In summary, the intersection of political ambition, technological innovation, cautious institutional approaches, and potential conflicts of interest presents a complex landscape for America's Mars exploration efforts. As President Trump and Elon Musk champion this bold vision, the path forward will require careful navigation of these challenges to realize the dream of planting the American flag on Mars. 1. The Apollo 11 moon landing. 1969. The Apollo 11 mission marked a significant milestone in space exploration when American astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first humans to set foot on the moon on July 20. 1969. This historic event was a direct result of the United States' commitment to beating the Soviet Union in the space race following President John F. Kennedy's famous challenge in 1961 to land a man on the moon before the end of the decade. The mission showcased the technological capabilities of NASA and symbolized American ingenuity and determination. The planting of the American flag on the lunar surface became an iconic moment representing not only a physical achievement but also a broader assertion of national pride and technological prowess. 2. The Lewis and Clark Expedition. 1804–1806. Commissioned by President Thomas Jefferson, the Lewis and Clark Expedition aimed to explore the newly acquired Louisiana Territory and find a direct route to the Pacific Ocean. This journey, which took nearly 2 years, was significant for its contributions to the understanding of the geography, biology, and indigenous cultures of the American West. The expedition was part of a broader vision of manifest destiny where Americans believed it was their right and duty to expand across the North American continent. Meriwether Lewis and William Clark's successful journey resulted in important maps and established American presence in the region, much like Trump's vision of planting the American flag on Mars symbolizes a new frontier in space exploration. 3. The Discovery of America by Christopher Columbus. 1492. Christopher Columbus's voyage across the Atlantic Ocean in 1492, which led to the European discovery of the Americas, is another historical case of exploration driven by a vision of expansion. Funded by the Spanish crown, Columbus set sail with the goal of finding a new trade route to Asia. Instead, he encountered new lands inhabited by indigenous peoples. Columbus's landing is often viewed as the beginning of European colonization in the New World, and his actions have since been interpreted as reflecting the spirit of exploration and conquest that characterized the Age of Discovery. The act of claiming new territories for Spain parallels the contemporary vision of claiming Mars for America as articulated by Trump. Future outlook, countdown to Mars and the Trump-Musk vision. As the U.S. embarks on an ambitious quest to land astronauts on Mars, the convergence of political will and technological innovation sets the stage for a transformative era in space exploration. With President Donald Trump's commitment to sending American astronauts to Mars and Elon Musk's SpaceX at the forefront of this endeavor, a series of predictions can be made regarding the timeline, challenges, and potential outcomes of this monumental mission. 1. Timeline for Mars missions. Given the current trajectory of developments, it is plausible that uncrewed missions could launch as early as 2026, coinciding with optimal planetary alignments. Elon Musk has expressed optimism for these missions, arguing that they will lay the groundwork for subsequent crewed landings. If these unmanned missions are successful, crewed missions might follow as early as 2028, aligning with Trump's aggressive timeline. However, NASA's more conservative outlook suggests that crewed missions may realistically occur in the 2030s, especially considering their current focus on the Artemis lunar program. 2. Technological hurdles and advancements. The technological challenges of landing humans on Mars are significant. SpaceX's Starship has faced numerous setbacks, including recent explosive failures during test flights. Despite these challenges, the iterative design and testing philosophy employed by SpaceX could lead to rapid improvements and breakthroughs in rocket technology. The next few years will be critical. If SpaceX can successfully navigate these hurdles, it will not only validate their technology but also strengthen the case for ambitious crewed missions. 3. Political landscape and funding implications. Trump's Mars agenda is set against a complex political backdrop. The potential creation of the Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE), in which Musk plays a leadership role, raises concerns about conflicts of interest. Scrutiny from Congress and the public regarding the allocation of funds and resources will likely increase, especially if NASA's existing programs are impacted. As the administration pushes for Mars exploration, a balancing act between funding lunar missions and Martian aspirations will be paramount. 4. International collaboration and competition. As the U.S. aims for Mars, the global landscape of space exploration is becoming increasingly competitive. Other nations such as China and Russia are also investing in their space programs with aspirations for lunar bases and Martian missions. The U.S. might find itself compelled to foster international partnerships to share knowledge and technology, which could accelerate timelines. Conversely, the desire to maintain leadership in space exploration could lead to a more aggressive national stance. 5. Impact on science and technology. The push to Mars will likely catalyze advancements in numerous scientific fields, from life support systems to propulsion technology. Innovations developed for Mars missions could have terrestrial applications, enhancing life on Earth. Additionally, the scientific community's engagement with space exploration could inspire a new generation of scientists and engineers, fostering interest in STEM fields. 6. Public engagement and inspiration. The prospect of planting the American flag on Mars has the potential to galvanize public interest and support for space exploration. Ensuring transparent communication about the mission's goals, challenges, and successes will be crucial in maintaining public enthusiasm. Educational outreach programs could leverage this excitement to inspire future generations to pursue careers in science and technology. 7. Potential for colonization and long-term goals. While the immediate goal is landing astronauts on Mars, the long-term vision could evolve into discussions about colonization. The feasibility of establishing a human presence on Mars raises profound questions about sustainability, ethics, and the future of humanity. As technology progresses, discussions surrounding terraforming and long-term habitation will likely gain traction in scientific and political circles. Conclusion. The vision of sending American astronauts to Mars, championed by President Trump and supported by Elon Musk, represents a pivotal moment in space exploration. While ambitious timelines and technological challenges loom large, the potential rewards, scientific discovery, international collaboration, and inspiration for future generations are immense. The next few years will determine the feasibility of this vision, shaping not only the future of American space exploration but also humanity's place in the cosmos. As we count down to Mars, the journey will undoubtedly redefine our understanding of what is possible beyond our planet.